A company's mission is a brief statement about what the company's ultimate goals and objectives are. In short, what is its purpose in the world? Here's Google's stated mission statement. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Wow, that's a pretty ambitious mission if you ask me, to organize all of the world's information and to make it accessible and useful to everyone. And what is truly amazing is that Google's founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin had already identified this mission as well as a set of core values and beliefs very early in the company's history. This is not unusual, as most company missions are often defined by, or at least strongly influenced by, the company's founders and early managers. So why do companies have a mission? In fact, not all companies have a mission, and there are also some companies that do not have a formal mission statement but may implicitly understand what their mission is and act accordingly. When companies do have a mission, it achieves at least three main purposes. First, it makes it completely transparent to all stakeholders, customers, investors, employees, or business partners, why the company exists and what it is trying to achieve. This common understanding can play an important role in coordinating action. If all stakeholders understand what Google is about, that it is committed to organizing the world's information and to making it universally accessible and useful, then they can more easily work together to achieve those goals. Second, because there is this common understanding, it becomes easier to resolve disputes about the future direction of the company. In Google's case, it was clear, even when it acquired the phone handset company Motorola Mobility, that the handset business was not core to Google's mission. So it was expected that Google would eventually sell this business, which it did in 2014. But imagine there were some managers inside Google who wanted to get into handsets in a big way. Then it would have been easy to say to them, look, that's not who we are as a company. We should focus on businesses that have a closer fit with our mission. Handsets is not for us. Last but not least, a good mission can be a great inspiration for employees and managers to give their best work. Most of us would like to feel that we are part of something bigger, something that's having a positive impact in the world. It would give us a sense of purpose and motivate us. And a good corporate mission can do exactly that. Not all mission statements are created alike. There are good ones and there are bad ones. So what makes for a good corporate mission? First, good missions emphasize the creation of some type of customer or social value, improving people's health, or helping them learn, or improving their quality of life, etc. Instead of focusing on being just the best at something or simply on making money, the focus should be on these types of positive impacts a business can create in the world. Second, good missions do not lose sight of the customer needs or problems that the company was built to address. Unfortunately, some missions focus too narrowly on the company's product or service, and as a result, companies become product-focused and get surprised when new technologies or trends make the product obsolete. Third, a mission is only worthwhile if it's actually lived and practiced by the company. A good test is to see if a company's regular employees actually know its mission and use it to guide their daily work and daily decisions. In Google's case, I understand that this is indeed the case, which is quite remarkable considering how many employees the company now has. And finally, good missions are memorable, inspiring, brief statements that any employee or manager can remember and use at all times. And Google's mission is a very good example of this. So here's a little exercise for you. Find the mission statement for a company you really like and submit it in this text box. You may also post this mission on the discussion board for this course through the link below this video and start a discussion about this mission. How would you rate this company's mission on the 4 criteria listed earlier? Let's say you use a scale of poor to okay to good. So does the mission statement emphasize creation of customer or social value and not just being the best or making money? Does it focus on important needs or problems to address and not just on specific products and services? Does the company actually live and practice the mission? Is the mission statement short, inspiring, and memorable for employees and other stakeholders? In addition to mission, some companies also articulate a vision, a short, aspirational statement about the future direction and impact of the company. Google's initial vision was to provide access to the world's information in one click. The venture capital firm Sequoia Capital supposedly invested in Google because it was so impressed by the company's vision. And in fact, Sequoia then went on to ask all the other startups who came seeking investment from them to provide their own vision statements, like Google. As you can see, a good vision statement can be very powerful. Unlike a mission, however, companies may eventually achieve or abandon their initial vision and move on to a new one. You might even say that Google has achieved its original vision and has now moved on from it. Strategic thinkers Gary Hamel and C.K. Prahalad coined the term strategic intent to describe a special kind of stretch vision accompanied by a strategic plan. They cited Japanese photoelectronics company Canon's plan to beat Xerox as a good example of strategic intent. A strategic intent goes beyond just a vision statement. It galvanizes and inspires employees and makes the company expand its capabilities to achieve that vision. Some companies also have a set of values that they declare they hold and will stick to. These values can be seen as a code of conduct for the company and its employees. A company's declared values essentially says to everyone, this is how we will behave as a company. And as an employee, it is also how we expect you to behave. For example, Google has a set of 10 core beliefs, which its founders wrote down very soon after they founded the company. Number 6 on this list is rather famous. It goes, you can make money without doing evil, often shortened to don't be evil. These values have a real impact on how Google operates. For example, Google does not accept pop-up advertising and clearly identifies advertised links as sponsored links because of this value. You can now take a minute to go to Google's website and find its 10 beliefs.